better late than not being here at all. No one's here anyway and no one's waiting. I did put it on my community tab, but sometimes not putting it on the community tab is better than putting it on the community tab. And in the UK now it's nearly 10 to 6, and most people have the dinners around now, so I feel like we're just going to crack on with it because I've only got like an hour and a half and I have to go to the local Tesco. So I'm just doing what I always do, putting the SPF on. I really struggled to find an eyeshadow palette for this Second Chance Sunday. And I'll show you the ones that I thought I might use, but I'm not going to use them. I just think I'm going to declutter the whole collection of that specific palette. If you've been watching this Second Chance Sunday series, you'll know when you see them. I'll do it towards the end, just in case anyone comes in. And if they don't, I know people watch it afterwards. So, thank you for that. Okay. A little bit on my head. Even though my fringe now covers my head, so even if I was to go out in the sun, yeah, I'd get it here, wouldn't I? Right. I definitely think I'm about halfway done with this. This doesn't last long. If you're using it every day, it just doesn't last long. Whereas with the other primers you've got in your collection, because this isn't a primer, it's actually an SPF. And if I use that, I don't need to use a day cream. Then I go through it quite a bit. Let's see if I can come a bit forward. Right, let's use this that Morag sent to me. So it's in the Revolution Fix and Glow bottle, but it's not Revolution Fix and Glow. Can't remember what it's called, but it's by the brand Real Love, which is part of Makeup Revolution's brand. And basically it's a pore minimizer. I'll use this, then I'll look at my face and see if I actually need that other pore smoothener by Primark. So let's put some of this. Oh, gotta wait for that to dry down a bit now. Well, luckily no one's here, so I do want to use it all up. I don't know if I'd repurchase it again, just because it's like a spray pore smoothener rather than, you know, an actual like this. Where are you? Like this one. This one is my favourite. And I know no one's here yet, but you might watch it afterwards. I've actually managed to get hold of another one of these from eBay. So someone watched my live and came onto my channel and said that in the Primark that where she lives, she managed to get one and they were only £2. So that leads me to believe that some Primarks are selling them and some aren't. And it also leads me to believe that they are going to be discontinuing them soon if they're putting them down to £2, like half price. You can see it says 4. Anyway, I went on to, well, I didn't even go onto eBay. I typed it into Google and it came up with one for, I think it was £3.79 plus £1.99 packet. Yeah, plus £1.99 shipping. And I just thought I'm not going to get it any cheaper than that. The other seller wanted £15. So it worked out, I'm sure it worked out at £5.79 or thereabouts. And I just thought, well, I paid £4 for this, I'm only paying £1.79 more. But I think that person has also gone to Primark and actually, you know, she's managed to get them at £2. Otherwise, why would you sell them for such little profit, is what I want to say. I'm going to go in with this Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched eye base, doing really well with it. It's really moisturising. And the spray that I've just spritzed is still pretty wet, so literally I can't do any of my makeup yet until that's dried down a little bit. I'm just trying to look for my fan. Is it in here? It's just tacky. Do we even need any pore smoothener? Because that spray is meant to be a pore smoothener. I would say, yeah, on the nose here and here. And I like to do it in the smile lines and also like under the eyes as well. So I will use it, even though we've used that other spray that I used for like minimising pores. I'm going to use this as well. People keep coming in and out, and obviously I'm not at the eyeshadow part yet, which is probably the best part for most people. Although Phoebe said yesterday that she likes the lipstick. I'd love to know, if you're watching this later, I'd love to know what is your best part of your makeup routine. Mine is definitely eyeshadow. Jamie, hi. Thank you for joining me. How are you? Oh, I love it. This is, I was saying this to the girl who commented that she could get it in her local Primark. I was saying it's like one of those magical products. It's literally like, I don't know, it fills in the lines so well. It's like concrete filler. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Going to my mum's for my Sunday dinner after this live, actually, so that'll be quite nice. I managed to get another one of these today. I know I'm on a no-buy, but it's kind of one in, one out system. I see this more as a skincare product, something that I absolutely need to have. And my Primark don't do it, so I was pissed off. And I found it, like I just typed it in on Google, and I found one for £3.79 plus £1.99 shipping. So I didn't think that was too bad, considering the seller that I was looking at last week wanted £15 plus shipping. So yeah, I got it for £5.79, and this one was £4. So I'm only really out of pocket by £1.79, aren't I? So yeah, I mean, I was really, really happy about that. But I was just saying earlier that like in some people's Primarks where they live, it's gone down to £2, and that's probably what's happened. They've managed to get a whole bunch of them for £2 and are selling them on for £5.79. I don't mind paying that because the sellers sourced it, and I can't get them in my local Primark. So I mean, I don't mind paying £1.79 extra. I think I want a glowy product on. So yesterday I used, I'll show you, Jamie, because she wasn't in yesterday's Get Ready With Me. I used this yesterday, and this is really good. Essence Glow Glow Go Instant Highlighter. So I'm not going to use that today. I'll use the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. You don't know what you're going to do today. Don't want to stay in the house all day. Yeah, I get like that. I mean, it can be quite depressing, can't it, staying in the house all day? So this is it here. So it's just a glowy primer. See, I put a pore minimising one on, but I also like a bit of glow on the side of my face. But going out means always, yeah, always means spending money. And I am trying to save money. I see what you mean there. Because I'm on that no-buy, and like I said, I only bought the primer because I can't get it anywhere else. And people will probably say I'm broke on the no-buy. I don't see it has broken the no-buy. Because like that to me, like I said, is more of a skincare product and something that I'll always want in the collection. So if I can only get it now, then I'll buy it now. I'll buy them in bulk if that's what I have to do. I could have bought 2 and saved a bit of money. I think they were £3.60 each if you bought 2. But I just thought, no, I'll just buy 1 because I've still got half left in the other one. And that would really be taking the piss, really, you know. I'm meant to be on this no-buy. Right, so I'm liking the glow there. Yeah, I wasn't going to use my Project Pan foundation, but it's nearly finished. I was going to use this one. But I'm not using it. So, oops. Do you not have any hobbies that you can do in the house, Jamie? I've been watching a lot of Netflix. That's not really a hobby, is it? This thing on Netflix called something like The Assunta Case. It's about this little girl, 13 years old. And I don't know how to say this next bit because it's not nice. Her parents, yeah, did something terrible to her. So I watched it all. There's 6 episodes in total. And it's based on a true story as well, which makes it even worse. It happened in Spain. And you can tell that the people playing the parents, they even look like the parents because it showed the parents at the end, the real parents of the girl. You can tell that they're Spanish and they are speaking English, and there's not really many subtitles. The only subtitles that there is there is basically it tells you certain things that's going on in the court, but that's about it. When it gets to court, that is. Sigma was live on TikTok and they had a 50% off sale. Oh my gosh, really? On top of already being a sale. So I got the Ignite Eye Primer for $9 and I have been wanting to try it for a while now. Really? Wow, that's great. Have you seen that new palette they've come out with? I saw Sarah Rose with it on her Instagram. The problem with me and Sigma is I don't really get along with their eyeshadows. In fact, I'm going to put probably all my Sigma eyeshadow palettes that I've got, which isn't too many, on Second Chance Sundays soon. You know, just to know whether I want to keep or declutter. I think I've only got 2. I've got the Enchanted and I've got the Rosy, which is a slightly smaller one. Glow Up. I'm sure we can watch that in the UK as well. I'm sure I'll watch the first season of it. You would love to be on it. I don't know if I would. I'd be so self-conscious because they're so talented, aren't they? Yeah, I'd be so self-conscious that my makeup wasn't as good as everyone else's. I certainly feel very glowy today. The light's making it look a little bit more glowy than it is in reality, I think. You would love to be on it. Is it something you can apply for? Or is it something that they'll only accept makeup artists? I don't really know too much about the application process. Right, I think it's blended out well enough. Let's see. Yeah, let's get some under eye corrector on now. I'm still trying to work my way through this Becca one. So it's the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in light to medium. I can show you my progress because it's not a Project Pan one. So it just looks like that. It's a lot of face paint kind of stuff. Yeah, I've seen like a season of it, but that was years ago. And you see, look, you know you could do better. Have you ever tried to practice what they've done? Not trying to sound conceited, but I have been in art school and doing art since elementary school. Oh wow, really? I'm not a good artist. Like, have you seen those TikToks and Instagrams where they do like Disney on their eyelids here? And it just looks absolutely amazing. I'm floored every time I see something like that. I'm like, why can't I do that? You know, but all you need to do, all you need to be is a good artist. As long as you can draw, you'll be able to do stuff like that. But I wouldn't even try and do it. Yeah, I thought it was. I just haven't, I don't know how many seasons there are now. I watched it a few years ago. And I remember like watching season 1 and then season 2 came on and I didn't watch that. But I know that was more than a few years ago now. Right, okay, so let's go in with the Fenty Beauty. I don't know if you've been following that Gypsy Rose case, but she's really starting to irritate me a bit now. I feel sorry for Ryan, her husband who she married. Now she's back with the ex, which if she's not in love with Ryan anymore, then she's more than, that's her issue, isn't it? She wants to get back with him. But then why, you know, why do publicity stunts, go into a tattoo parlour and you're both getting the same tattoo? I think it's so unnecessary. Like, she just wants so much fame. But in me saying this, in me kind of slagging her off and saying this, she's doing this new documentary. I saw the last one where she was behind bars, and this one is after that. And I want to watch it because I'm nosy. And because Ryan has said on his Instagram, everything comes out in that. So, yeah, I do want to watch it. But I don't think I'll get to watch that till comes out in America in June. I don't think I'll get to watch it probably till July, August. Unless, like, I watch, like, the TikTok, like, people off YouTube have said I'm going to be posting commentary on it, so I could do that. Because, like, in the UK, you have to buy it. Like, you have to subscribe to an app. Like, it's a true crime app, so it'll probably be on there like the last one was. I'm just going to go in with this Amber. I might just use a little bit of it. I'm just going to go in with this NYX HD powder, but it's actually the Revolution Peach. I'll just use a bit. Should I just... Oops, I put way too much in the lid. Like I'm going to use all that. So yeah, I will watch it. And, you know, all the way have proper strong feelings about, you know, what she's done, Gypsy that is. I would never, I don't think I'd ever commentate on my channel about it. My channel for a start is all about makeup, and I know it used to be just about makeup, and I know I put other things on there. Like it's called Makeup and More with Andy now, so I could, if I really wanted to, commentate. If I was really all about the views, I could just commentate on Gypsy Rose, but I'm not. All I'm saying, and this is not going to be mentioned in this title anywhere for this live, all I'm saying is she's doing my head in a little bit. You know, she uses people. She's a master manipulator. I know there's comments there, I will get to them in a minute. And she basically uses these men until she's had enough, and then she moves on to the next man. That's just my opinion. And quite a lot of people's opinions, if I'm being honest. Anyway, if you've got an opinion on her, you can leave it in my leave it in the chat here, and I'll read it. Morag, hi. Are you not on holiday yet? For some strange reason, I thought you was on holiday. You're not watching this when you sat out having a cocktail, are you? That would be hilarious. I can draw anything I say. My only problem is thinking of my own drawing. Could you draw me? If that makes sense. If I see a picture of a lion, I can draw it, but I can't draw it from memory. Wow, that's amazing. My favourite animal's a giraffe. I keep seeing these giraffes on Instagram, baby and mother giraffe, and so cute. Like videos of it. Right, let's get some bronzer on. I'm really liking this. I'm liking how well I'm doing with it. Let's see if by the end of this live today, for the most part, I get lovely comments. For the most part. But the last few lives, there's been, hate's a strong word. I wouldn't call it hate. But like, people have been saying, you put your bronzer on with that brush. Your eyeshadow needs to be blended out more. I don't think they realise makeup's actually subjective to how you want to put your makeup on. You know, not everyone does the makeup in the same way, do they? And I actually don't like it when someone's being called out for how they apply makeup. Not just me, anyone. If I was on somebody's live and somebody said something, I'd have to say something. I get too involved. People are like, what's it got to do with you? Oh, you did a giraffe face paint look. I bet that was amazing. When I go to the zoo, the first place I want to go is giraffes, and then my mum's like, can we go and see the elephants now? Because that's her favourite animal. I've said I'm probably going to get a giraffe and a... What I want is like a giraffe leaning this way and an elephant leaning that way. And it being like a bracelet type tattoo. I think that would look really, really nice. I really like that bronzer. No, so many people call this bronzer out, but I like it. And I think it's nice for fair skinned girls. Right, so I'll have to show you the eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using. I'm using this one by Kiko. So I took this from my mum's house because I didn't know whether I wanted to keep or declutter it. And it's got a really nice, gorgeous pink blush in. And then some eyeshadows which I want to try. If I don't like it, she can have it back. So this pink blush here, and then we'll be using those eyeshadows in a little while. Exactly, I agree. I got a contour that is way too dark for me, so I use it as a lipstick, and it's a beautiful lipstick colour. You can use makeup for pretty much whatever you want. Just because other people wouldn't put their makeup on in the same way, does it mean you're wrong and they're right? It doesn't, does it? Just need to find a blush brush. Oh, come on. I've got one here. It's it can be annoying, really, because it's like, I wouldn't tell people how to put their makeup on, so why do they feel like just because I'm a content creator that they can come to my live and tell me, you know, isn't you know, am I using the wrong brushes? I just use whatever brush I feel like using. Like this one is for blush or bronzer, and at times I will use it for bronzer, but for the moment I'm using it for blush. I've got 4 tattoos. That's why I don't mind actually going and getting another one, because, you know, I know what my pain threshold is. So yeah, I've got 4 tattoos. Oh, you've got 4 as well? My whole right side of my back is tattooed with my son's footprints. Oh, that's lovely. I've got 2 on my back. Well, no, not on my back. I've got 1 on my right shoulder, and then 1 on the base of, I don't know why I'm talking like that, like a robot. I've got 1 on the base of my back, just where my spine is. Oh, I like that blush. I don't think she's getting this palette back. I gave her this because I didn't like pink blush at the time, but now I'm obsessed with it. Obsessed. I do feel like, because this is a matte blush, I do feel like I want some not shimmer, but I want it to be a bit more, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I like a more of a shimmer blush. Didn't like a more satin, and I don't think that's satin. Oh, it's very nice. I might just leave it like that, you know. Yeah, let's blend it out a bit. Leave it like that. Okay. Get some highlighter out. What do I want to use today? I'm getting a bit fed up with the highlighters I chose for Shop My Stash. I'll use the one that I'm really thinking about decluttering, because it's bulky and I don't really feel like I want to keep it. If it's going anywhere, I'll probably go to my niece. Catrice Light Up the Stars Baked Highlighter Palette. I mean, it's lovely, but as you can see, it's very, very bulky. The only one I really use is this one. So I'm thinking about decluttering it. So far I haven't had anyone leave a nasty comment, except my very first giveaway, someone commented about it being all skincare and not makeup. So what? I mean, you're allowed to put whatever you want in your own giveaway. I've only ever, on my channel, done 1 giveaway. Believe it or not. Because what I noticed within that giveaway, is as soon as that giveaway was over, I don't know if the same thing happened to you, Jamie, as soon as that giveaway was over, like a high percentage of the ones that had followed to try and win, they just wasn't seen for dust. And they don't help with views. You know, when I was trying to get that 4,000 views, they don't help with that. I'm not bothered about the subscribers now. I mean, of course, I love it when I see new subscribers, but I've reached that threshold, you know, of actually getting monetized. So, you know, I do like to see new subscribers, but that's not what's like pushing the channel forward. What pushes the channel forward is the views, and the views are pretty darn poor. Apart from my views from my lives. This is why I'm doing lives so much at the moment, because I mean, somebody asked me to do a they asked me to do like makeup, like a eyeshadow tutorial, a full makeup get ready with me, like, you know, just normally. And I said, it's not worth my while, you know, no one watches it. I'm lucky if I get 30 views off it, which you don't want to complain about. 30 views is 30 views. But I mean, it takes a long time, doesn't it? As a content creator, it takes a long time to actually film, decide what palette you're going to use, what makeup you're going to use, and then obviously edit it. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing products now. So we're going to go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit in Universe. So I kind of said, look, you know, if you want to see me do my makeup, it's like there's loads of lives. So I'm sorry, you know, I'm not going to be doing that content anymore. I mean, I'm still going to be doing content on the channel, like Shop My Stash, and obviously Project Pan updates, Project Pan kind of content, but I'm not doing my makeup. I'll do that via lives, because it doesn't take as long. Like, if this live is an hour, I'm not going to edit it. It doesn't need editing. That's nice. Look at it now. I'm doing really well with it. Right, let's get some setting spray on. I don't understand why people do that. It doesn't cost anything for people to subscribe. Exactly. So they'll subscribe as well, and then you'll notice that they don't watch anything. So then the algorithm picks it up that they're not watching, so then they'll just take that subscriber away. It's not that the subscriber is just unsubscribed. It's more often than not, I would say 95% more often than not, it's actually YouTube, isn't it, taking it away. And then it's just like, okay. I mean, I've lost 3 subscribers this week. And it's like, okay then. Right. I was like 500 hours away from the 4,000 watch hours, and then I had medical issues and didn't record for a while and lost all my hours, so I'm not even trying to get monetized anymore. You should still have some hours though. I mean, do you know what your views are? If you're close, I don't mind going to watch, like, running playlists and things like that. That's what people did for me. That's how I got, you know, a lot of my subscribers at the time. They just ran a shitload of my videos. They didn't have to watch them. Like, they just ran them. Like, my friend Lisa, I think she was running my playlist while she was asleep. So yeah, I'm more than happy to help is what I'm trying to say. Being monetized though is not the be all and end all. I always thought it was. You don't earn a lot of money for every, like in the makeup and beauty sector, for every 1,000 views. So say you got 1,000 views. Say I got 1,000 views on this video, for example. It's only $5. I know, it's crazy. And like, you have to make $100, which is £60 UK, to cash out. And that can take 3 or 4 months. And it's just like, yeah, I know I should be a bit more grateful. Like, because, you know, a year or two ago I wasn't making anything. But people say that, obviously, sorry, I'm just doing my brows now. I'll show you what I'm using in a minute. People say that as soon as you monetize, that's where the money is. It isn't. Like, sometimes I think to myself, why am I even bothering with this? Especially when I'm doing longer form content and not lives. And then I think about, should I just come off it completely? You know, I kind of lost my way a bit. Like, originally, it was always about building a community. I didn't even want to be on here to be monetized. But obviously, the closer you get to monetization, the more you're like, oh, I'd really, really love to be monetized and earn a little bit of money so then I can actually buy makeup. That's not me buying it with my own money and buying it for the channel and reviewing it. But that takes forever. Anyway, I'm just going on a rant about that. All I'm trying to say, Jamie, is it's not the be-all and end-all. Not for me, anyway. I mean, obviously, it's different for different people. I'm just saying, like, when you monetize, you really need to get a lot of views. You love my accent. Well, that's one of us that loves it because I absolutely hate it. Everyone from the US, though, says, oh, I love your accent. I love accents from the UK that are like London accents, like talk, do you know, like the Queen's English? I love that. I'm just so northern. I talk a little bit common. Right, so the face makeup is done. Now we're going in with this little palette. So Kiko Smart 02 Eyes and Cheek palette. So we've used the blush. I think it's going to be dark. That's the only thing. It's going to be smoky. Actually, no, I need a primer first. I'm forgetting the order that I should be applying things in. Oh, it's next to none right now. I'm going to start creating more, so maybe I'll go back up. Yeah, you will, for sure. And I made sure I'm subscribed to you still, and I was. Obviously, if you haven't been creating content, that's probably why I've not noticed any new. But there's no harm in me going and watching your older content. At the moment, because I've been going to like this course I'm on, I've got no videos waiting to go up. This is why I do these lives. So I did a live yesterday and I'm doing a live today. And then I don't know if I'm going to have anything all week going up. That's when you lose views as well. But you can't, like, with YouTube, you just can't. Things come up, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I've not been well either. And once, like, my mental health was really, really bad. And I had about 2 to 3 weeks off. And I just lost so many subscribers and so many views. And the same when I had my operation last year. Lost a lot then. Well, what can you do, Jamie? You've just got to think, well, my health is more important than my YouTube channel that I'm not earning anything from. It's not my job. It's not even a part-time job. So And I don't want to sit here and like be ungrateful, because I'm not ungrateful. I'm grateful for the community that I've actually built on here. It's absolutely amazing. I remember when I first joined, and then not long after that, I went through a divorce with my ex. So I came off it for about 3 years. And then when I came back on, I had the same amount of subscribers, but it was only 300. And I've just had to build it up over the years, like over the last couple of years. You'll get there. But it's whether you want to put the effort in. It's a slog, isn't it? Right, now we can put the eyeshadow on. I wanted to do one for Star Wars, but I forgot about it. I wanted to use the Colourpop, the child palette. May the 4th be with you. Everyone was doing it, and I'm like, I could have done that in a live. I forgot it was May 4th. I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but, you know, I could have done that. Instead, I used the Alice in Wonderland palette. Oh, well. I'll do it next year. Right, let's go in with this palette. Someone's outside. Why do you have to be outside my window shouting upstairs every time I do a video? I don't know. I'm just running this brush over my makeup eraser, if you're wondering what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm not going to have any option now to go in with this shade, because this shade's lighter. Is it though? Oh, they're very smooth. I feel like they're too dark, you know. And they're looking actually lighter on camera because the light's beaming down on them. I feel like I need to go in with like a blending out shade. So let's go in with my Makeup Geek singles. Just go in with this palette first. I wasn't active this past year because I had 2 back surgeries. Thankfully, no one unsubscribed. I lost a lot of hours. That's such a shame. I'm sorry about that. Right, I'm going to go in, I think, with this one first. I think it's called Peach Smoothie. I actually need to do a video on this palette because it's part of my project pan. And I didn't do one last month. And I've got photos of what it looked like originally last month. And there's quite a bit of progress, so if I've got time after this video, which I can't see it taking too much longer now, I might do that. And that can go up next week sometime. But if I don't have time, then can you hear them talking outside? I'm hoping you can't. Yeah, they do make it extremely hard. I mean, people like Sarah Rose, who have got thousands of subscribers, her watch time is immense. And I wish I knew how she did it. But she's built her subscriber base over years. Like at one point, years and years and years ago, there wasn't too many makeup and beauty content creators, was there? So, and now everyone's trying to do it. Sometimes I think to myself, well, shall I do something different? And then I just think, well, what can I do different? I don't have any other hobbies. Oh, you can't hear them. That's great that you can't hear them. Right, so these don't have shade names on them in this palette. Right, I'll go in with this one now. I still think they're going to be too dark though. actually, because I put like that peach shade down, it doesn't look too bad. I just don't like a really smoky eye. Yes, Sarah Rose was saying, you know, she doesn't want to be creating that much content anymore. She's got other things that she's going to be doing. So it's like, well, you're getting all these views. I mean, I don't begrudge her the views. I love watching her channel. And, you know, as time goes on, I don't know how long I'll be doing this for. Like, I'm 46 now. Will I be doing it in 5 years' time? I don't know. I don't think I will. I said in recent video, I said I'm going to see what my longer form content, you know, the views and things, what that brings in. I mean, at the moment, it's gone to the stage where it's not really a hobby anymore. It's more of a case of, you know, I won't say, you know, it's all about the money, because it's not, you know, but that, like, when you monetize, that's what you think about, isn't it? You know, and then when you don't get, like, even the basic payout of £60 a month or £60 every 2 months, it's kind of like, you just feel deflated, or I do. I'm like, well, what can I do to make it better? You know, this is why I'm always saying to my subscribers, what do you want to see? What do you like to see when you watch someone's channel? Because, and no one tells me what they want to see. So how can I make my channel better if no one's going to tell me any information? Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm just going in now with this, what I always use for this shade here. Yeah, but people still watch their old videos, so they'll never become unmonetized. I wouldn't like delete my channel if I decided to come off. Like I said, you know, I'm gonna wait till February, till my birthday in February, and I'll just decide then, do I want to keep it going, or do I just want to not do it? But I'd find it hard to not do it. I absolutely love this interaction, talking to people, better than I just love sitting down with my camera and then editing later on. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. There's no interaction there. Oh, you're 46 too. When's your birthday? Who's older? I think I want to go in with a little bit more of depth. Yeah, I would like to be monetized to buy makeup for my channel. Exactly. I mean, we spent so much money on makeup for our channel. I just don't want to do it anymore. And I've been lucky as well. I've been sent things by friends, but I don't want them to do it anymore either. So it's just nice to know. I think last month, Jamie, I earned £11.26. That's how bad it is. And it's not like I don't put up enough videos. I try and put up three times a week. But obviously people don't really like them. That's why I said, what are people watching? Oh yeah, I've just gone in. I don't know if it is the deeper screen, but I'm just going in with this one here. September 10th. So you'll be 47 on September 10th, is that right? That's nice. Right, let's get some glitter glue on. Oh, my back's really sore just sitting here. There's so many indie brands I would love to try, but I am on disability, so I get nervous spending money on products I don't know work instead of brands I know do. Which ones are you wanting to try? I mean, I've not tried many, but like I've tried a couple and I can tell you about formulas and things if you want. Or you'll be 46 on September 10th. So I'm not quite a year older, but yeah, it's more or less that. Because I'll be 47 February 12th. Just putting some glitter glue on it. It took me a while to get it out because I'm really coming to the end. Oh, you'll be 47. That's what I thought. Yeah, and I'll be 47 in February. Right, I want like a green eyeliner now because I'm obviously using khaki eyeshadow. Don't worry about it. How am I ever going to go through all that? Right, so we've got a green by Essence. Do I not have like a khaki colour one? That's like a turquoise. That looks nice though by Urban Decay. That's just not going to go though. I thought Amy might have sent, because Amy sent me the Urban Decay ones. I thought she may have, that's a black. I thought she might have sent me like a khaki colour, but I don't think she did. Oh, this is a nightmare. Yeah, so you're older, just a tiny bit. Come on. Sorry about this. What's this Decker Scarlet one? You know what? I'll just use that green Essence one. Right, so Notoriously Morbid, Adapt, Electrum, Unearthly, Martine, Cosmic Brushes. Right, I can talk to you about them. Refa brushes and so many more. And Refa brushes, like I said to you the last time, I don't think they're all that they're cracked up to be. So I'm just going to go in with this very green eyeliner. So it's the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in I Have a Green. I've got, I think, 3 palettes from Cosmic Brushes. The formula is very, very nice. What palettes are you looking at getting? Any in particular? in the UK as well, Pastel Roses is really good. I've got a lot of their eyeshadows. And then from Australia, Glamonatrix Cosmetics. Lisa's bought me the majority of the palettes I've got in my collection. I have a favourite, but that's essentially what it is. Any of them. Well, what I'll say to you is a really, really good formula. Next live I do, which I don't know when, I'm going to try and do one midweek. I'll get them out, and if you're on, I'll show them to you, and maybe I can even dedicate a live to a swatch party of all the eyeshadows within those palettes that I've got. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. all the ones you are naming I want to try too. The list is long. Yeah. I mean, if I lived in the US, you've got so much at your fingertips, haven't you, in the US? If I lived there, I'd probably have no money. Right, let's see if we can put some nice shimmer on. So, Kiko have come out with this new collection for Bridgerton. I love Bridgerton. Right, I'm going to go on with this one first. So, love Bridgerton. And I bought, well, I didn't buy it. My friend Naomi bought it for me. The first palette that Pat McGrath Labs came out with. And yeah, it's a really nice palette. But then I saw that Kiko had brought out the collection. I'm like, oh my gosh, this collection better not be nice, because if it's nice, I want it. Luckily for me, it wasn't really that nice. I'm wondering though if Pat McGrath Labs is going to come out with another palette, another collection for the 3rd season of Bridgerton. If she does, it's not come out as of yet. And Bridgerton comes out on the 16th of May, the new one. Oh, I like that. I do like khaki. It does look smoky on the eyes, but I do like it. Like, for my skin tone and my hair colour, it does tend to suit me. What palette is that? This one is the Kiko 02 Smart. You won't be able to get it now. It's the Eyes and Cheek palette. This is very, very old. In fact, I don't know where I got it from. I don't know whether I got it from their website or whether I got it from Sephora when I went to Portugal with my mum. You're right, everything is so expensive. Everything went up, didn't it? You know, when food went up, gas and electric prices went up. It's like, come on, guys. The last palette I bought was Danessa Myricks, but that was over $100. Which one was it that you bought? I've got a Danessa Myricks palette that my friend bought for me. Like I said, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have good friends, and they've sent me stuff in the past. But I'm at the point now where I don't need anything. I haven't bought an eyeshadow palette since last November. So we're on 6 months. I've been on this No Buy now 6 months. Well, that was 6 months on the 17th of May. And I'm not really into, like, if anything, I want to do a declutter and just use the ones that I love more. I'm not really kind of into, oh, I want to go out and get this and this palette, because I've got too many. The Lightworks 4 and 5. What do I have? Oh, Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 3, that one. And I absolutely love it. This is the only one I've got from her. It's beautiful. My friend Karen got me that. She usually releases one near my birthday every year, so I buy it as a birthday gift for myself. Oh, that's nice. Have you seen those new ones? And basically just all mattes. I didn't like the first one she came out with, but that like more rosy toned one, I like that. But I wouldn't get it for myself because I don't excuse me, I don't wear matte eyeshadow. And yeah, you can combine it with other palettes, but I don't really do that either. Just gonna go over this again. Right, now I'm gonna go in with this shade here, this light shade. I just don't think my mum's going to be getting this palette back. Isn't that the most perfect travel palette? If you like those tones for evening. I'm not talking about during the day, for evening. I'm supposed to be going away in June, so I could take that one away and like that could be my evening palette. The groundwork, yes, I like it, but I don't feel like I would use it as much as I like because some of the shades are too dark for me. Yeah. Like some people I know buy palettes and they don't use everything in the palette. But it depends. It depends. If 1 or 2 shades is alright, but if you're not going to use like more than half the palette, I just feel like that's a waste. Hi Ella, how are you? I'll show you the palette I'm using, Ella. Just this one here by Kiko. I'm good, thank you. I'm glad you're well too. Right, so mascara, this is the only one I've got in my collection at the moment, so that's the one I'm going to use. So it's the 17 Another Level Volume Mascara, so it gives you length, volume, it defines, it gives you like false lash eye effect, I think. You feel like 3/4 of it is too dark for your skin. Yeah, well then, pass. Is that the first one she released, or is it the rosy toned one that she released, or is it both? Sorry, I'm just being nosy. I've not had a proper look at them. This is why I'm asking. I thought the rosy toned one looked nice though. I feel like my mascara is getting in my hair. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to give this away. I really like the way this look has turned out, but I feel like I only really like the way it's turned out because we used that peach smooth, well, I can't speak, peach smoothie shade from the Makeup Geek palette as well, and that just blended the shade that I used, you know, the matte, because these two are pretty dark. But I do like the way it's come out. I'm just going to go in with this one again. So I'm just going to tap this on. I feel like it's really smoky, so I'm going to have to, for lips, I'm going to have to wear a neutral lip, aren't I? The first one, yeah, that's what I thought you meant, because I know, like for myself, when I looked at the first one, I was like, yeah, that is really, really dark. And $65 for it, I don't think I can justify buying it. No, I wouldn't be able to. I don't know if you have been watching those Beautylish mystery boxes, but a lot of people got that palette in the Beautylish mystery box, and I'm like, I would have been so disappointed. And then some other people got, you know, the bigger Beautylish, sorry, the bigger Natasha, I can't think, the Nessa Myrix palette, the one with all the like colour shifting shades. I don't know what it's called, but a bit like this, but the bigger one. Oh God, I'm wrecking it. Yeah, a bit like this, but the bigger one. They got that, and they was really, really happy. Well, I would be if I got that in my Beautylish box. I was actually going to get one this year when it, you know, when it comes out, but I don't think I'm going to. I mean, so much was in there, and I was saying if I got that, I'd be so disappointed. Like, it's, oh, I'm sure it was like over £150 or something like that, or £100, and I'm like, well, I can put that money to the side and I can just spend that money on whatever I want, can't I? I don't need to be buying a Beautylish box that they're just putting all this stuff in because they want to get rid of the stuff, because it's obviously got a shelf life on it. Yeah, exactly, especially when there's so many other brands that you would like to try. Let me just talk to you about these palettes. So, I signed up to get notified for Beautylish boxes, but I never get notified. Right, so what I've been told about them is they go on sale the day after Christmas Day. So we would call it Boxing Day in the UK, but I believe you just call it 26th of December. So if you wanted one, just look out for that date. If they don't notify you, that's when they go on sale. Anyway, I'll just briefly talk to you about these palettes that I thought I was going to use today, or at least one of them. I'm going through my Revolution and Soph palettes. I've had them a while. Oh, this is the one I used last week. Yeah, so that was the one that I used last week and the week before. This one here. I'll show you the colour story. So this one was the first one that she brought out. It's very, very pretty, but I just feel like the age is not on its side. So, yeah, I think that's going to get decluttered. Then this one came out after that. So the Revolution Soph Extra Spice, and I looked at this today and I'm like, I just don't like it anymore. So that's what it looks like. I mean, would I wear any of those tones? No, probably not. So that one's going. And they've all got like lumps and bumps on them. I don't know whether it's when I sprayed my brush, and it could be that, or it could just be age. I don't even think, normally I would pass them on to my mum. No, you know, I'm just not going to do that. With this next one, I might. I thought about keeping it. So the Revolution Soph, this was the last one she brought out, and it has some beautiful shades in it. So it has this one, Mirror Ball, not gonna lie, this one, which I'm always saying, this one, Dreamy, is beautiful as well. But then anything else I don't like in it. So what's the point in keeping free shades? What's the point in keeping a palette for free shades? So I feel like maybe I'll pass this one on to my mum, and maybe she can get some use out of the neutrals. So that's that. And then there's these. I think over the next coming weeks I'm going to use these. I don't know if this one is still good. I've had it years. So it's a Profusion Cosmetics Mixed Metals Glam. Look how beautiful it is. It is stunning. And they are so, so pigmented. So definitely going to use that probably over 2 weeks. And I'll probably use this one over 2 weeks as well. I need to know that I definitely want to declutter it. I don't want to declutter them just for the sake of decluttering. but I'll be doing the declutter soon, probably in the next few months. So this one is the Magic palette by GRWM Place. I mean, I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking to myself, I could probably get rid of it. I mean, I like this Nubia shade here, but I've got shades like that in my collection. And then this green here, I could depot them, couldn't I? The shades that I want to keep, could I not just depot them? So yeah, they're definitely two palettes that I want to use in the upcoming weeks. Oh, the Soap palettes, they look very similar. Yeah, they do have similar tones in them, I will admit that. What's your favourite Cosmic Brushes palette? I can't remember what they're called, but I got the Serenity. Didn't much care for that because it had a lot of blues in it. I feel like I need to use that again. Then they brought out a pastel one. I really like that. And Royal Rose or something like that. Royal Rose, I bought a second. So, you know, it wasn't in perfect condition, but it just applied like it was. Like I said, I think what I'll do is I'll dedicate a live to it. Like, I'll have my makeup on already. Or actually, I'll have my makeup on and then I'll just bring a palette out and I'll let whoever's in the live choose which palette that I want, you know, that they want me to use. And then we'll do a look with it and then we'll do some swatches at the end of it. I feel like that's probably the best way to show everyone, you know, just what my favourite palette is, what kind of colours I gravitate towards, and what the formula of the eyeshadows are as well. Right, I think I need to put lipstick on, don't I? This is going to be a tricky one. Actually, we could do a red. Yeah, we could do that. Do that. I've not used this in ages. So this is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Morocco. I might actually do that with the Cosmic Brushes palettes on Wednesday. Because my last class is actually on Tuesday. So I could do it Wednesday night. And I like to do it halfway. I like to do a live halfway through. And then on Saturday and Sunday. Seems like indie brands are the new rave. I do feel like indie brand makeup, eyeshadows especially, is so much better than normal eyeshadows. Like, you compare, for instance, what do I have a lot of? I feel like I've got more of Glaminatrix than other indie brands. I'll compare that with the likes of Revolution or GRWM Place, and the formula is just so much creamier. It's really, really nice. And yeah, I would buy more going forward. Like, if I got my eyeshadow palette collection down to, I mean, I don't know how many I've got. That's the worst thing, Jamie. I just don't. It's between 150 and 200 eyeshadow palettes, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying it because I feel overwhelmed. So if I got my eyeshadow palettes down to 50, say, which is something that I probably want, and I saw like one of these indie brands come out with something that I was really interested in buying, then I'd buy it. Like, after my no buy ends, that ends in November, I think November the 19th, I'd buy it over like a Beauty Bay palette, a Revolution palette, you know, anything drugstore or even high-end to a point. You know, I just don't tend to buy like Urban Decay palettes, Too Faced palettes anymore, because I just don't like the formula. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I agree, Glaminatrix is another brand I want to try. Also, peel-aways. Right, I'm going to give you some advice with peel-aways. They're a good brand, and I would definitely say, like, when you can, buy from them. But don't leave it till Black Friday. Don't leave it till a Black Friday sale, or really any sale, because the customer service is crap. Now, my friend lives in Australia, and she placed an order through Black Friday sale, and it took ages. And then all she did was went and spoke to the customer service, and they didn't give her like any information or anything like that. They wouldn't help her. She eventually got the package, thank goodness. But yeah, they wasn't helpful at all, and now she won't even shop with peel-aways. She'll buy from peel-aways, but just not direct. Like, she'll buy from eBay, for instance, if they're selling like a peel-aways eyeshadow palette she wants, but she won't buy from peel-aways direct because she's had like a sour taste put in her mouth. And I had a bit of a bad taste a couple of years ago in Black Friday sale, actually, because I bought a palette from them and the black eyeshadow came smashed all over in the palette, and I wanted them to send me another palette the same out, but they said no, and they gave me a refund. They said I could keep the palette, and people are saying, well, you can keep the palette, what's the issue? The issue is I wanted to, you know, I just wanted a replacement for the palette that was broken, and I could maybe have passed the broken one on. You know, I like, you know, call me silly, but I like my palettes to look perfect. You know, that's the problem. Well, it's not really a problem, is it? When you are collecting makeup, and when you do makeup for a like, when you, like, I just don't see how they couldn't send me a new one in its place rather than sending me a refund. I think it's because it gone up to full price. That's why I like smaller brands. Customer service is better and the shadows are better. Yeah, Glaminatrix customer service are really, really good. I don't fault them, you know, and I think peel-aways have just got a bit too big for the boots, if you ask me. They used to be very, very good. When I originally went to them, you know, I started getting mystery boxes from them, and that's how I got some of my collection. But yeah, I don't really buy from them anymore. I think it's more out of loyalty towards my friend, if anything. You know, they didn't treat her very well, and why couldn't they just give her some good customer service? I'm just glad she got all what she ordered for, because she spent quite a lot of money in the end. So yeah, that's a little story there. But this is a look. Let's turn the light down a bit. I like it. I like how it's looking. I wish there was a good mystery box to get. There just doesn't seem like any good ones anymore. What about, and I'm jealous you can get it. Let me turn the light up a bit. What about Ipsy and BoxyCharm? They're not good anymore. I remember I used to watch Nona's channel, and she used to get some amazing products in her boxes. I'd be like saying, I'm so jealous, Nona, because we can't get that here. Have I got lipstick on my tooth? No. So yeah, what can we get? We can get Glossy Box, which isn't very good. Can get peel-aways mystery box. You'll be able to get peel-aways mystery box as well, but I don't recommend them. I've just watched someone's channel from the UK, Nikki Harris she's called, and she unboxed one, and it wasn't that great. Even she said if it doesn't pick up next month, she's not going to be getting it anymore. No, they aren't really good anymore. Ice cream isn't bad. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those ice cream boxes. You get some really nice palettes in there, don't you? Some like shifty eyeshadow palettes, a bit like this one. Yeah, a bit like this one from Saints, Angels and Sinners. Don't you? You get stuff like this in there. And haven't they worked with Gormon girls before? My friend Mel from Eyeshadowholic, I've not seen her around YouTube for a while, but she tends to get that ice cream box. Sometimes they just aren't worth the price. Right, that was my mum. I think it may have cut off and all you would have been able to say is me doing this. Waiting for it to disconnect, but she didn't disconnect, so I had to disconnect her. So I feel absolutely terrible. So I'll read this last comment. I haven't seen people happy with P. Louise mystery box, almost like they are trying to get rid of inventory. That's the thing though, like with a lot of P. Louise's mystery boxes, it's supposed to be new stock that no one else can actually get. Like some of the stock that I saw Nikki, not stock, some of the things that I saw Nikki show, I've not seen that on the TikTok P. Louise shop, you know, because that's where I go and have a look rather than the P. Louise website. So a lot of it must be new, but no one ever is happy with it. Nikki was showing this like blush and highlighter palette and it looked amazing, but she didn't want to keep it because it was all like warm tone blushes. So you got 2 highlighters which looked like they would beam from the sky. I'd be more than happy to have it. I'm like, bring it over here. So 2 highlighters, 2 cream blush, but they were warm tone blushes. And she's fair like me and she just feels like she suits more of a pink tone blush. And then 2 powder blushes to go with the cream blushes. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to leave it here because, like I said, my mum's been trying to ring me. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you all want to come on Wednesday, it'll probably be a bit later. But if you do, it'll be on the community tab anyway. And it'll be on the community tab what I'm doing. I think it's going to be cosmic brushes. Something to do with that though. So I'll see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.